Beijing epidemic is under control and come to an end. Beijing has few and fewer cases and no exponential growth. Every case has been fully investigated, and the critical epidemic crew have been found. All cases and close contacts have been properly managed.
Now, there have been reports of some research suggesting that surviving the virus does not lead to immunity, and there's been a lot of hope regarding antibodies. What are your thoughts on that?
Yes, recently some studies have found that the antibodies produced by natural infection can only last for less than 3 months, which lead to the concern about the vaccine effect. However, you need to know, after HIV bacterial infection and HPV virus infection, the human body will hardly produce effective immunity. But HIV vaccine and the HPV vaccine can protect us for a long time. Thanks to the scientists, vaccines still have a chance to achieve long-term protection beyond the natural infection. Can the coronavirus vaccine achieve this transcendence? It still needs more research, but I'm optimistic.
Oh, I want to ask you more about the vaccine. I know that's your interest, your focus. There's a race for this vaccine. Everyone around the world is working on one. And there has been some optimism with some countries later in the process of clinical trials. What are your biggest concerns, though, yet?
17 years ago, SARS broke in China, and this time a new coronavirus was first found in China. In the first 3 months of this year, China has the first infected numbers in the world. Before the Spring Festival, the most important festival of China, Beijing made a difficult decision to close Wuhan city, which was more than 10 million people, which first time to close such a huge city in human history, as I know. So China is determined to defeat this virus, which is why China announced there were 5 technical routes to develop new coronavirus vaccines, including inactive vaccine, recombinant protein vaccine, adenos vector vaccine, flu virus vector vaccine, and the nucleic acid vaccine. As far as I know, China has the most technical routes in the world. At present, China completed the plan by 8%, except for flu virus vector vaccine. 7 candidate vaccines from 4 other technical routes were in human trials. 1 adenovaccine vector virus and 2 inactive vaccines have complete phase 2 trial, and the phase 3 trial is in progress. Because there are few infections in China, these trials were carried out in Canada, Brazil, and the UAE. If it goes well, I expect it will get a critical protection rate within 2 months. In October, the vaccine is likely to be used for large-scale emergency vaccination or conditional licensed. In fact, in the middle of June, China recommended one of the inactive vaccine for emergency vaccine.